It's been a hell of a ride for the Wii, so it's only fitting to kick off the top 5 with a game that was there from the beginning. After a development cycle spanning multiple years, and even multiple consoles, Twilight Princess was finally released in 2006, the first time ever that a Nintendo console launched with a Zelda game. And it wasn't just any Zelda game. With the sword mechanics of Wind Waker, the darkness of Majora's Mask, and the tradition of Ocarina, Twilight Princess was like a Hyrule encyclopedia, a collection of all the things that make Zelda so legendary. It had been more than a decade since Donkey Kong had a proper platformer. Or was even relevant, really. But with Donkey Kong Country Returns, the ape launched back into prominence like he was shot out of a barrel. The culmination of the modern retro movement, Donkey Kong Country Returns is a platforming masterpiece. Even after a long layoff, Kong was still king.
Cryostasis shutdown complete. Vital signs.
It's not as isolated as Prime, it's not as dark as Echoes, but it plays better than both. In fact, few Wii games in general play as well as Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. This game's special for a lot of reasons, but most importantly, it proved the Wii Remote was far more than just a gimmick. Casting the grapple beam with the nunchuck, turning handles with a twist, and most of all, aiming with the pointer. It's a seamless control experience, and it makes you think, maybe Nintendo was right. It will forever be the grand irony of the Wii that a system so maligned for being weak would eventually host the most gorgeous video game Nintendo had ever made. It took Nintendo 5 years to have a Zelda built from the ground up for their groundbreaking new platform, but when they finally did, it was unlike anything Wii owners had ever seen. Skyward Sword's Monet-inspired graphics are absolutely stunning, but more importantly, its use of Motion Plus finally delivered on the system's promise. Skyward Sword is what Nintendo always wanted Wii to be. Nearly a quarter century after stomping his first Koopa, Nintendo's plumber still had the creativity, the relevance, and the sheer magic to change video games. The Super Mario Galaxies did for the 3D platformer what Super Mario World did to 2D platformers. They not only refined the established gameplay to perfection, but they also added creative new ideas that would turn the genre upside down and define their console. There have been some truly exceptional Wii games, but none are as exceptional in nearly every facet of their design as these two. So for us, if the question is, what's the best Wii game of all time? Well, the answer's simple. It's Super Mario Galaxy!